is Chrissy.
And I'm Rachel, and we're from the Chattanooga Public Library.
And for today's STEM event, we are going to be making aluminum foil mirror spheres. So we're going to go over the supplies, and Rachel and I are going to do the activity alongside y'all. And so by the end of it, hopefully we will have one of those aluminum foil mirror spheres. Probably not, but that's kind of the fun of it. So let's try this YouTube challenge all together. Sound good?
Let's go.
Yay. 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 All right, for this challenge, the supplies you are going to need, you're going to need some aluminum foil, a lot of aluminum foil. Then you will also need some hammers of some sort. I've got two different ones. One's really heavy, one's not so heavy because I didn't want to spend the entire time hammering very heavily. Then also gloves, because we want to be safe at all points in time. And then also some different grits of sandpaper. So whenever we start doing the sanding process, you're going to start with the rougher grits and then go to the finer grits. So we have a bunch of different types, but you don't have to have that many types. And then the last thing is that I have some silver polish just to see if that will help with the mirror effect at all. I'm not sure. I've seen YouTubers do it, so I'm going to trust the YouTubers. Maybe not the best idea, but we're going to try it out. So those are all the supplies you're going to need. So Rachel, you good on your end?
Yep.
All right, so let's get started with the instructions.
Oh, I'm so excited.
All right, so our first instruction is going to be taking a bunch of aluminum foil and crunching it up into a sphere or a ball. So you want to go ahead and get that sphere shape going before we start pounding it out. So let's go ahead and start doing that. I've seen some YouTubers do really big ones. I'm gonna go for like a baseball size, maybe even like a lemon size, just for the first time. So let's get started.
I had to put my gloves on because the foil was crunching up my hands.
Oh yeah, I'm about to put mine on. So mine is not in a perfect sphere shape, so I might kind of take mine to the ground and kind of sphere it out a little bit more. I mean, I know that the hammering is definitely going to help that, but like I want to get like a good head start on this. So yeah. I'm just gonna put mine on the ground and kind of curl it.
I think I've got mine as spherical as I can. It is very, very hard to scrunch right now.
Well, just wait till we start.
I know.
Pounding.
I don't know why this feels like making a snowball. I mean, I know why. It's because it's literally the same hand movement, but like
making a snowball. Okay, I think that I'm going to rearrange.
Snowball. It looks like a snowball because of all the light.
Okay. So we both have our spheres all spherical, and now's the time. Rachel already has her gloves on. I'm going to go ahead and put mine on. That we are going to take our hammers. If you have a mallet, you can use a mallet. I've heard that's kind of good at first, is to use like a heavier one, and then go to a lighter one. But if you just have one hammer, that's fine. And we're just gonna start hammering, like hammer time. No jokes. Not those jokes. So anyways.
Hammer time.
Yes, hammer time. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start with the hammering. And when you're hammering, a couple of things. Make sure to keep your fingers safe. If you wanna have your adult around you helping you with this, I would suggest that. And also, while you're hammering your sphere, just make sure that it's remaining in a spherical shape. So unless you want to try a different shape, like I've seen some people do cubes, which looks really cool, but I think that those are probably more complicated. So just gonna stick with the sphere. So make sure we're being safe of our fingers and make sure that you're keeping it in a sphere shape. So here we go. Yay. Let's do it. That. Okay, I'm gonna take mine outside and pound it on the concrete just on this part so it can like really go for it. I'll stop recording. All right, so Rachel, how'd yours turn out?
I lost a round shape pretty quickly because I was hammering against, you know, a hard flat surface. So mine is a lot more like a cube. I'm
into it. I'm excited that you decided to go with the cube. Mine's like spherical, but it still has some flatness to it. It's more of like an eggish shape.
Yeah.
So I mean it's pretty hard. Mine's pretty hard. And yours definitely decreased in size.
Oh, significantly.
So I guess let's go ahead and start sanding. Why not? I mean, what's the worst that can happen here? It won't turn out. But you know what? We tried. So this is the time that you definitely want to use your gloves if you have them. And like I said earlier, you just want to take like your roughest grit sandpaper first and start with that. So I think, and most of the time it's on the back of, like if you get sandpaper strips. So I think ours is going to be 80. Yeah. So we'll go 80, 100, 120. Then we've got 150. Then we've got 220. And then we get into our wet sandpaper. And we've got 600 and 1,000. So I'm going to go ahead and put my gloves on and just start sanding. I am not sure what the sound is going to be like. I don't like.
It's going to be bad sound.
It's going to be bad sounds. So,
yep, it's a terrible sound.
We apologize to y'all. But it's all for the science.
The things we suffer for science.
Yeah. Hi, baby. Oh, she doesn't like the sandpaper.
She doesn't.
She don't like it. But I can
just
already tell that mine's like, I mean, it's got some craters to it, but it's really taking that like super roughness off. So
yeah.
Once we get to the finer ones, I'm gonna like really go in hard on these parts that apparently didn't pound down. Is yours starting to look?
Mine looks shiny.
Mine doesn't look shiny yet.
I mean, I ham outside with the hammer. So I think this is as small as I could get it with the hammer. Basically, I was just pounding it into different shapes.
I'm gonna go hit mine again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ham on mine.
Okay, go ham. Like my arm hurts from how much
my arm was starting to hurt. It definitely felt like I was getting a workout, but I'm gonna go a little bit more ham. So you keep sanding.
More ham.
Ham. Hammer time. Hammer time.
Hammer time.
Ham. Go ham. Hammer time. Okay, I'm gonna go.
See, it's still recording.
I literally had a bead of sweat fall onto my sphere. So, wow.
Mine is very shiny.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of looks. It's like kind of has that burnished look of like a quarter.
Ugh! I want mine to look like that. I don't think mine's gonna look like that. That's okay. At least one of us will have a mirror object. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself.
It's so warm.
Oh, because friction!
Yeah, because
Friction creates heat energy, yo!
And so this thing is like very, ooh! Check it out.
Oh my god! Oh, whoa. Yours looks so good.
Those are all like craters that I could have probably got out if it was like round, but...
Yeah. I don't know, because mine's somewhat round, and there's still so many craters.
Oh, my arm is so tired.
I know. This is a workout for you, kids.
Big muscles.
Sweating. Might not be able to tell, but I am. Rachel's sweating. We're working hard. We're working hard over here. All right, back to mute. You may or may not be Googling how to use wet sandpaper.
Oh. So here's like an actual like quarter, and here's how shiny my thing is.
Ooh, I don't.
Getting close.
Mine reminds me of a dime.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna try the wet sandpaper. I'm just gonna get like a damp rag or something, kind of wet it.
Smart.
We'll see. I mean, we obviously don't have our power tools out because it's more fun to use elbow grease. So I think wet sanders are usually used with power tools, but I mean, why not try it? Our arms are powerful.
Mm-hmm. These are my power tools.
Power tools. Yes, they are. They are.
That's going in the video, isn't it?
That's staying.
Dang it!
Ha! Okay, I'm gonna go get a wet rag.
Oh, whoa, this is crazy.
Wow!
Does this need to be like wetter or?
I mean, I wet mine and then it ended up getting the sandpaper wet.
Okay. Whoa. Oh, it smells bad.
Oh. Of course, I just, like, directly sniffed it after you said that.
Ooh. Ooh, yeah, it's getting shiny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if silver polish works on things that are not silver, but try it. I mean, and, you know, when people put the metal polish on the YouTubes, that's usually the time that they do, like, a lovely, like,
Reveal?
magic trick where they end up just like having purchased a silver or a, you know, aluminum sphere or whatever. So that's definitely not going to be the case here.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
We're not doing any magic tricks or trying to hide. Ready?
Yes.
Final. I love how I'm tossing mine like it's a ball. It's not a ball. A sphere. Okay. All right, Rachel, I want to see. Show me yours.
Okay. It is.
It is so shiny.
Yeah, it looks like a solid hunk of metal, which is crazy because I would say that out.
So this is my guy.
Oh yeah, yours is real shiny.
He's real shiny. He's got a lot of craters. And then there's still like a part that you can see where like the end of the aluminum foil didn't quite tuck in, but I love it. I mean, I can see colors. I can see like the color of my hair in it.
Ooh, I think you might have gotten yours shinier than mine then.
So like I can't see myself, but I can see like some red.
It reflects light pretty well, so that's my success.
I'm gonna call this a success.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, well, Rachel, I'm very proud of you for, thank you. And everyone at home, if you do this YouTube challenge, we're gonna call it a YouTube challenge because lots of YouTubers have been doing it out there. Make sure to take a picture and tag us on Facebook or Instagram. We wanna see your results and see if you can make it even more shiny than mine or Rachel's. So make sure to do that, and yay, that's it.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.